This 1 hour simple craft will put $650 in your pocket. And that's after deducting the price of our 2x4, a drill, the hole saw, wear and tear, electricity, and a quick trip to Dollar Tree. All of my builds include free plans on the website whosthevoss.com. And at the end of this video, if you still have questions, feel free to give me a call. Because it means I'm either bad at teaching or I'm withholding information to gain additional revenue from the very people who are supporting me in the first place. You guys. Go on down to your big box store, whether that be Lowe's, Home Depot, the Lumber Mill, the Wilderness, and get yourself a 2x4. And just avoid one that has a lot of knots in it. That might mean you have to step up and pay that extra $1 for a premium board, but we don't want any knots. And before heading to the checkout, go and grab yourself a new drill. Even if you already own one, I approve that purchase. And while you're shopping, we need a 3-inch and a 1 3/4-inch hole saw. Now we can start drilling some holes. You can leave your board up on your workbench, or you can move this party down to the ground. Either way, I like to throw a couple pieces of insulation foam under my workpiece. That prevents the pilot of our hole saw from going into our workbench or dulling because it's hitting the concrete. I've always done this step on the ground because a 3-inch hole saw will always choose violence. Once you start drilling in, it's going to want to catch, it's going to want to throw around, it's going to want to just attack everything. And I feel like I just have a little more control on the ground, holding on to things, feel a little bit safer. There's some smoke coming out the top of it. I'm only 6 holes in. There's a reason why I pulled this drill out of the cabinet instead of using my 2 nicer drills that are sitting behind me. It's because these hate drilling holes. Let them cool down a bit. And I'm just going to keep running it until the drill finally pops and a bunch of smoke comes out the top, because this guy's been on his last leg for a while. That's why the cost of a new drill is included in the price of the project. Quick interruption. YouTube has recently dropped a new feature called Hype. It's a way that you can tell YouTube that I'm making banger content, and it helps my videos reach the masses. If you swipe left over the comment section, you're able to hype any of my content within the first 7 days of the original publication. And it would mean a lot to me if you extended that gesture of kindness. Back to the show. Next step is to take this 1 3/4-inch hole saw, put some tape on it so that it sticks out about 3/8 of an inch down. We don't need more than a 1/2 inch underneath. And we're going to repeat kind of that same step. I'm going to just put it inside of our guided hole. I'm going to drill down until I hit my tape line. It's going to start kind of looking like a little bullseye. Throw little axes at it or something. And you're going to repeat that for all 25 of your holes. Now flipping our board over, we can see all those little spots where our pilot had poked through. Going back to our 3-inch hole saw, we're just going to finish drilling these out. Now something cool happens when you do this technique. You drill through and then you flip your board over. One, you don't have to dig this center cutout from inside of the hole saw. You don't have to get a screwdriver and start prying at it. You can just simply pluck it out of there because it doesn't go all the way in. And it helps you to prevent blowout. I don't have blowout on either side because I ended my cut in the center. And then repeat this step until all of these are in your hand. One single stack because you're cool. Dollar Tree sandpaper is not the best, but it'll get you there. You're going to sand the outside to make them look nice and smooth. Then we're going to take a bit of sandpaper, put it on the inside, and get that sanded off. If you're real inventive, you're going to take that 1 3/4 hole saw. I just wrapped a piece of sandpaper around it that I've been cutting off of some scrap pieces. Throw some tape around it. I'm just going to take your little piece, put that back inside of there. Be careful. Give it one of those kind of rocket around numbers. She's done. I've reduced my stain options down to 2, a lighter natural stain and a darker Kona stain, mainly because if you have a bunch of different color options, as the customer's trying to figure out which color they want, their significant other is trying to talk them out of buying the product at all. So limit that amount of time. 2 color options. So seriously, what are these? You're going to run out to Dollar Tree and you're going to pick up a couple of these little flutes. I don't know what these are actually called. These little glass tube looking things. And they fit perfectly right onto the top to make this little capsule. With this little capsule, you can use any of this stuff and fill it up. If you wanted to put some flowers in it, you want to put just some petals in there, some chocolate, some of the... Chicken, why are these already open? These are the good ones too. Stay out of stuff. So since everything else here in front of me is basically just shove it into the tube, let me show you guys how to put a flower into your newly acquired super cool little base. You got your glass piece, you got some flowers you picked up, $1.25. You are going to size it, I like it to be about an inch under, and you're gonna cut it so it just is shorter than our entire base right here. So you're just gonna stick your flower in here, put a little hot glue, hold them into place. You're gonna squish him up so that he fits. All his little tassely, leafy things are sticking in the right directions. Give him a twirl just to help open him up a little. And that doesn't have to only be for Valentine's Day. You can put, you know, holiday trinkety things in there, beads for Mardi Gras, sand from when they proposed on the beach. You could make these for wedding topper, you know, table toppers. There's all kinds of things you can do with just this part, then fill it in with whatever, picking it up from Dollar Tree as seasonally it kind of happens. Now you may have already typed it out in the comments, but why did I use 2x material when I could have just used 1x material? Probably would have stopped us from having a drill funeral. Well, it just doesn't... I don't like it. I like the 2x4 look. I think it looks cooler. And you don't even have to use the top piece if you don't want to. You can just throw the flower in the top. Boom. Call it good. Ditch the glass. That's the breaky part. Or you can pick up, you know, they make different size, different shape, little vase, whatever these are called. Literally doesn't give me a description. But you can use different size shapes. That would be a really cool one. As long as this matches up to one of your hole saws, as this one did, being 1 3/4 inches. Let's talk about how you can retire a few years early by getting some of these glass tubes. My 2x4 cost me $3.44. Stain, I'm gonna just round it to 10 cents, you know, left a little in the rag. Electricity of 2 cents. Blade usage, we didn't use any of the big saws, but you know, that whole saw, so 3 cents on there. I have a written out guide in the description of how to estimate your electricity and blade usage, if you guys want to check that out. Hole saws, $18.99. The drill, since again, we did have a drill funeral, $59. Our Dollar Tree run was 18 bucks. However, that was only for 10 glass tubes. Since we made 30 projects, I still needed 20 additional. I had to go to a little bit farther away Dollar Tree because I had bought out the one that's near me. So $25 additional to the 18 brings my total to $124.58. So you're able to get 30 products from one 2x4 at $25 a pop, $750 in your pocket, minus our $124.58 entry fee, takes us to $625.42. That's not a bad haul for about an hour in the shop. Usually I don't sell on Etsy, but because there's not really an event until the end of this month and we're going to miss this holiday, I have posted on Etsy. They do pretty well. I don't share that information because my analytic data would be all over the place because you guys would be looking at it and I want to see what customers are looking at. My shipping method of choice is USPS. That's just because there's one in town. If I wanted FedEx or UPS, UPS, whatever you pronounce it as, that is like a 45-minute drive in either direction. And that's a lot of work just to ship like one unit out. So I don't do that. USPS, flat rate, they pay for the shipping. So it's not really a charge for me. If you guys want to learn more about expanding to online, different selling platforms, I do have an in-depth video that discusses how to sell on there, what their fees are. I sold the same item to myself multiple times on a bunch of different platforms just to see who charged me the most fees and who I got the most money from as far as a platform would go. So there you have it, another fun, simple build. Go buy a couple things, knock a few of these out, make a quick buck, or you give it to, you know, somebody you love. Tis the season. All right, video's over. You guys have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Well, you'll see me on a screen. Goodbye.